Storm clouds gather over Europe. Mistrust and rivalries between realms threaten to break and flood the world in a tide of total war.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new series I got going on now, Medieval 2 Total War Let's Play. This has been probably one of my favorite games for the past, I don't even know, 10 years. Let's go ahead and say 10 years. I'm not sure exactly when this game came out, but this game, as well as Rome Total War and Shogun Total War, pretty much launched my interest in strategy games and real-time RTSs. They're called real-time strategies. Pretty much this game by far, out of all the strategy games I played, I keep coming back to this. I've beaten the campaign I don't know how many times with all different nations, and I just keep coming back for more. This game is just it's a masterpiece in my eyes. So I decided, when looking at starting a new YouTube series, what better series to start than Medieval 2 Total War? So let's go ahead and jump into it. Single player, grand campaign. We're going to play as the English. We're going to set it to a short campaign. Our objective is to hold 15 regions and eliminate France and Scotland. A little bit of backstory to England. The year is 1080 AD. Having recently wrestled control of England from the Saxons, many would expect the conquering Normans to be somewhat spent and weakened. However, the new rulers of England have swiftly replaced and improved the taxation system so as to replenish their coffers in quick time. More importantly, William the Conqueror came with the support of the Pope, as well as a mixed force of well-trained infantry, archers, and heavy cavalry. England's new masters have a more modern approach to the art of warfare and the will to utilize the country's rich resources to maximum effect. The English court may now speak French, but the Normans certainly don't consider their new conquest a French territory. This independence in England, plus the proximity of Normandy to other lands the French monarchy consider their own, makes France an immediate and obvious threat to deal with. The ever-stubborn Scottish, who prevent the King of England from having uncontested control of the British Isles. Though they presently face trouble on multiple fronts, the English are in a rather promising position. The Scots to the north are isolated from the rest of Europe, so should be easy to wear down without much of a strong ally from the mainland. The French royal forces are more than a match for the armies in Normandy, but they also have enough fronts to deal with right now that they are unlikely to be able to drive them from the continent anytime soon. So it looks like I have a territory in France as well, in Normandy, France, and then a couple regions up in England. My weaknesses, I don't have very good cavalry, but I do have superb longbowmen and strong infantry. We're going to leave the battle timer on in case the game does bug out. Advice is turned off, and we're just going to go straight medium.
With the Norman conquest and a crowned king came the dawning of a new era for England. Nobles ordered the construction of mighty castles to fortify the realm. To rule this land is a birthright, but to control it requires the courage and skill few possess. It is a kingdom beset by enemies. The Scots press at its borders, the Vikings to the north, and the French separated by a mere channel of water. All of the country exists in a state of war, as even the common are called upon for duty.
Oh, good. Really? Twice?
In these times of total war, it rests on the shoulders of those who lead to ensure the kingdom does not fall into ruin.
Alright, so with an intro like that, how in the world could you not be excited? I love the loading screens. Most games, the loading screens are boring and just, makes you can't wait for the action to kick back on, but loading screens in the Total War series has some pretty good quotes and some good advice to be listened to. So, starting off, if you're new to the game, if you've never seen Medieval Total War or any Total War game for that matter, this is pretty much what it's going to look like. I apologize for any audio issues that may come up if I'm too quiet or too loud. I'm still using a shitty microphone, and I'm doing my best to try and balance the audio levels to where everything's coming through clear. So this is the basic campaign map. It's just a top-down view of the world. You can see our territories here are nice little red towns with the English flag. And then there's fog of war effect as well. Up here, looks like the farthest we can see is this little Scottish diplomat. So let's take stock of our situation. We have Nottingham, we have an army up here led by our faction heir, Prince Rufus, and let's go ahead and pull up our family tree. Let's do that while we're starting to kick things off. So we have the King of England, William the Conqueror. He is in London. Prince Rufus is in the field with a force up here. And then we have Robert, which is in Caen, which is down in France. So one of the king's sons has been placed in command of Caen down here on the frontier. This area cannot fall. This is our gateway into mainland Europe pretty much. From here we need to look at either capturing Bruges or Reims over here. Looks like we have another force out here in the field as well, spearmen and archers. We're going to bring this force back to Caen for the meantime, just to save on costs of units out in the field. This is that little treasure chest that is clicked on down here. It shows our financial overview. Basically shows us all the money we have coming in from farming, trade, mining, taxes, everything like that. And then it shows all of our expenditure, everything that's going out, and at the bottom it shows what our projected total will be at the beginning of the next turn. So it looks like we're only making 708 florins per turn, which is okay. We have a merchant over here. We can park him on these little resources on the map, and that will give us an increase to our income through trade. So we're going to put him on dyes there, and he'll be trading dyes now, giving us an extra boost. And you can see our trade went up to, our merchant trade is now 6 florins per turn. Woohoo. We have a diplomat. We're going to send him down here to France and immediately start trade negotiations and see if we can get some map information. Hey, why not? You have a deal. Alright, so now we know, let's go down here to the campaign map. Now we can see where the French have territory, where their cities are at, and we're now trading with them. So if we'll go back into our financial menu here, you can see our trade has gone up from 122 to 158 per turn. So, a little bit, but it helps. We're going to send him east, and he'll try to make contact with the Holy Roman Empire. They're over there somewhere.
Tomorrow's journey.
Our fleets here in the ocean, we can combine them into one big fleet. And we're going to park them down here to protect our only port right now in Caen.
We'll drop anchor until morning.
To make our initial moves, we're going to do a few things. We're going to move our army up here.
As you wish.
Build a watchtower. Actually, no, we're not going to build a watchtower because York is soon going to fall. to us. So Prince Rufus, we're going to give him some reinforcements in the form of more spear militia and more archers. And he's going to head north and try to take York before the Scottish get their hands on it. The spy will head up north as well, get eyes on the Scottish lands. They have a pretty significant force up here. But this is early game, so pretty much everything is going to be armed with the same equipment that I have, just spearmen and basic archer militia. Down here in London, we'll move the king out. We'll put him over here. And he'll have him build a watchtower over here. And then we'll move back to London on the subsequent turn. Down here in Caen, same thing. Robert, we're going to move him over here to this border. Build a watchtower. So we can see farther. We can see all the way over to Reims, it looks like. And then we'll move him back to Caen in the following turn. So I want to, before we make any moves, before we start building stuff, let's look at our surroundings here. We have the French owning 3 towns down here, but they're not our enemies just yet. The Scottish are up here. They only own 1 region, it looks like, just Edinburgh, so not a big threat yet either with them. Our objective, to start with, we need to capture some territories. We need to capture Reims over here, and we need to capture York. Bruges, it might be worth going after Bruges, but Bruges is going to put us... The Holy Roman Empire is somewhere in this region here, and then Denmark is up here. So going for Bruges would be a good idea, but we've had the possibility of facing 3 different enemies coming down the pipe to attack Bruges. So we're going to go over here, go for Reims, and that way it just gives us a more secure location, keeps our forces facing one direction instead of multiples. So let's look at our towns now. Caen, we need to look at building some things. My tried and true method always is farms and roads. So we'll go to Caen, go up here to Nottingham, farms and roads. That's the very first thing you should always consider building. And it looks like we don't have roads. Well, London already has roads. Okay. You can see on the campaign map there's a little dirt road there. That's the roads. Up here in Nottingham, they don't have roads yet. So as you build things and upgrade your cities, the terrain changes as well. So land clearance there, and then after that we'll see what to do after that. Nothing more left to be done for the most part, so we'll go ahead and end the turn. Looks like a few moves being done by the French, and the Scots now moving their diplomats south. Maybe the Scots will seek out a trade agreement with me as well. New mission, take York. We will be given 2,500 florins. York is where we're going anyways, so that's nice. We'll go ahead and move up our faction heir, Prince Rufus, who will maintain the siege there on York, try and starve him out through winter here. Skipping through some stuff there. The king, let's move him out as far as we can before we bring him back to London. He can build a watchtower way out here in his peninsula and allow us to get eyes out on the ocean a little bit. We have a cardinal over here, it looks like. Cardinals help with the religious order. As you can see, London's only 85% Catholic, Nottingham's 90%. York is 90, so we'll bring him down here to London, and he'll help the religious order here. This princess can move up here and open to trade negotiations with the Scots. And then Robert down here will head over here to the southern portion of our territory, build another watchtower.
Yes, sir.
And the following turn, we'll bring him back to Caen, I swear. Alright,
Yes,
diplomat, make sure he doesn't run into anything along the way as he continues east
Tomorrow's
to find
journey
the Holy
planned
Romans.
out,
We can
sire.
start trading with them.
Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
One more turn, and then we'll have some farms, and then our farming income will jump up substantially. Let's move our fleet north a little bit to the edge of their movement range just to see what we can see. Nothing up here.
We can go no further this day, sire.
Nothing more to be done. I don't want to build anything else right now because now that we have this army in the field up here attacking, let's go down to our expenditure. You can see army upkeep is 3,043 florins per turn. So that's a good bit of money going to upkeeping that army up here, as well as the rest of our forces all over the place. So you need to be careful. You can't have too many armies, too many forces out at once, because it puts a really big strain on your finances. We can, however, look at recruitment and see what we can recruit up here. We got a diplomat and just some horses and things. It reminds me, peasants. I don't like peasants. You can disband these units. All they do is just draw money. I've never had a unit of peasants do anything except die. They're pretty much meant to just stall enemy units and bog enemy units down, but they last so short of a time in battle, it's really just not worth having them at all because of the upkeep you have to spend for them. So moving the spy north, Iverness is a rebel area as well. Not so much rebels, but just they're listed as rebels in the game, English rebels, but they're pretty much a self-sufficient community. They don't belong to any one particular nation, and this is a war of unification. Let's go ahead and end the turn. French reinforcing their position in Paris, it looks like. The Scots now have reached Nottingham. Looks like they want something from me. Trade rights. Make a counter proposal. Sure, I'll trade with you, but I want map information.
I was almost able to accept.
Well, whatever. Trading is still nice. We don't get any map information from them, but I'm almost 100% sure that Edinburgh is the only territory they occupy right now. Yep, they were beaten back by the rebels up in Iverness. So the Scots look to be bringing some towns into the fold as well, trying to I guess that's a castle up there, so trying to bring a lord or a duke into the fold. Looks like some kind of conflict going on up there. Let's travel over here to Ireland. Yeah, Dublin is not under Scottish control, so. And we have another castle down here as well, which we need to look at bringing into the English fold as well. We have farms now in London, Nottingham, and Caen. As you can see now on the map, there's all these little farmlands sprouting up all over the place. We'll bring our fleet to here so we can keep an eye on Antwerp and Bruges. They have a substantial force in both those cities, so attacking them at this point in time would not be a well-advised move. Now that we brought Robert back to Caen, our income has gone up there as well. Our farming income has gone up to 711 florins per turn, so we're doing good, keeping our coffers in the positive. This diplomat needs to keep moving.
Without question, sire.
The princess pretty much has nothing left to do, so we'll just put her
ready to approach
in the forest.
Yes.
York, the enemy has one more turn until the siege will be over. Either they are going to be forced to surrender, or they'll fight to the last, one way or the other. It's going to be a brutal conflict. Put the rest up there in York. Our diplomats have sent countless appeals to the people of York to join the nation of England. They have all been sent back, so we have no choice left now but to bring them under our control by force before the Scots get their hands on York. Better the people of York fall under British rule than they do Scottish. We have a rebel army now outside the gates of London. We need to do some recruitment here. Town militia or spear militia. Town militia are cheaper to purchase. They have the exact same stats. The unit upkeep is the same, except for 20 more points. Spear militias can do. They have a bonus fighting cavalry, and they can do a shield drum. So we'll go ahead and recruit some. We'll just recruit town militia, because we don't need to send them out to field anytime soon. That rebel army is going to be something to worry about. I really hope they don't try to lay siege to London. That would be interesting to start off the series, London under siege. Good thing the king's not there. The king's out here on this peninsula building watchtowers. Now let's move him back to London. It's going to take him 2 turns to get there. We can recruit mercenaries, but there's really no need for that right now. Nottingham, we can recruit a unit of mailed knights as well. From there, they can form a wedge. They have good morale and good stamina. Doesn't hurt to have a good unit of heavy cavalry up here. And now down here in Caen, we need to really start thinking about making some moves. Reims is lightly defended, and it looks like the French is amassing a force to go and attack Reims, so we need to think about taking that place immediately. We do have 3 units of well-trained spear militia. As you can see, they have a little chevron there in their unit picture, so we have to make some moves here. Let's recruit. I kept trying to say equip. Recruit a unit of mailed knights, levy spearmen. Yeah, same stats, so we'll go ahead and recruit a unit of spearmen to stay behind and protect Caen. Robert needs to stay here. He's been given express orders from the king, his father, not to leave Caen, to stay there, hold the region, make sure it does not fall. But Robert has better ideas. He's an aspiring commander. This man has shown he has a sound set of battle tactics and the ability to command men. He's not the type of general that will just sit by idly and let others do the fighting for him. He was sent to France to fight, to bring towns under English rule, to expand the empires. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to take himself and his hardened infantry, and they're going to head out. And they're going to head to Reims, and they're going to bring it under English rule.
As you wish. Combining forces, sire.
Whether or not his father, William the Conqueror, is happy about that remains to be seen. Nothing else to really recruit down here. We'll have a unit of heavy cavalry join us here momentarily, and then the levy spearmen will back up my 2 units of spear militia here in Caen. I hope the French don't get any ideas and plan on invading me while my force is afield, or else I'll have a very difficult situation to handle down here. Spy, I already moved him. Building-wise, roads should be finished by the end of the turn. Let's take a look at London and see what we can build here. I don't spend a whole lot of time building military buildings to start with. I need to make sure that my logistics and all my economical stuff is in place, so we can build communal farming, which will give us +2 to my food production. We go for mines, which will give us some mining income. That's really good. A brothel adds happiness, and I can build a spy, or a church, or a leather tanner, or a port, or I can convert it to a castle, which I don't really want to do. So we'll go ahead and do mines. That's a good bit of income coming in. 2 turns for that. And nothing left to be done. Let's go ahead and see what happens up here in York. Will the enemy surrender, or will we be forced to fight them? Don't imagine the people of York giving in too easily. It looks like they haven't. Captain Joffrey is going to be taking the field against Prince Rufus. 346 men at his command. 2 units of peasants, a unit of spear militia, and some archers. This is going to be interesting. Let's go. As I click that battle button down below, click the like button if you enjoy the series or enjoy the game. If you like it so far, that would be nice. Really help me out. All the like I can get, the more the merrier. And I'm going to pause the battle real quick, because, oh wait, no, we're way over there. So let's go ahead and set up our forces here. My infantry is going to form a nice big long line right here. My archers will take up position behind them. I'll use these rocks over here on my right flank to break up the enemy formation. Cavalry will head over here. Actually, no, I'll keep the cavalry close to my force, because with the general being close to my army, they do get a bonus for him being there, and just giving them that little morale boost. See my peasant archers moving off, and the cavalry now getting in the middle there. Spearmen forming a nice long line. Alright, looks like the enemy's rushing out. I do want to label my units so that it's easier to control them. Shit. There we go. Okay. Put guard mode on so the spearmen don't go chasing after the poor bastards when they run and break. Looks like we can't quite see them yet, but here they come up over the little ditch here. My peasant archers looks like they already got a bead on them. Arrows going out straight into the ranks. We're just going to let the archers wear them down to start with. Move the general out here, and then he'll circle back and hit them in the flank. Archers can kill your own men, so you don't want to have your archers firing too close or into a melee. And his battle is now joined between the peasants and the spearmen here on the front. Trying to find their general. I know he's leading a unit. There he is. There's Captain Joffrey right here leading from the front. And here comes my general, though. Let's go ahead and silence the archers, because this is going to be a absolutely army-shattering rout here.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. The enemy general has no honor.
And put the archers back on fire at will. As the enemy is now in full retreat, we'll go ahead and move our spearmen forward. And the general just mows them down. The archers are firing at will. Hopefully they're engaging the enemy archers, as now that unit of archers has broken as well. The flashing white flags means the unit has broken. And the military conflict in these games doesn't necessarily... you don't have to kill each and every single man on the field in order to win a game. And that's it. They've effectively, as I was about to say, all you have to do is break their morale and cause all the units in the enemy army to flee, and that's exactly what we've done. No sense in continuing the battle and killing unnecessarily. We've already killed 207 of them to a loss of 22, so clear victory. And York is now part of the English Empire. William the Conqueror will be pleased with his son's success in York. Gain 40 florins from occupying it. We could sack the settlement, massacre 178 people, and gain a bunch more money. Or kill everyone in the town and get not as much. But we're a peaceful folk. We're bringing unification to the people of England. We're not here to kill them and rape their women and children. We're here to build a civilization. So we're going to occupy. Mission success. 2,500 florins is a gift from the Council of Nobles. The end of turn report. Blah, 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 blah. Trait increases. Prince Rufus is now +1 to his chivalry. He is fair in rule. Dirt roads have been completed in Nottingham and in Caen to allow us to funnel supplies up north. That's good. Progress is progress. And all of our recruitment is now done. That rebel force is still outside the gates of London. We need to do something about them immediately. But first, let's go up here. Build a watchtower.
Yes,
keep eyes on them pesky Scots.
This tower will keep vigil over the
Sire. With discretion, sire.
Alright, so York, let's see what we can do in York. We can either make it a castle or a town, or yeah, there we go. First, we'll go about, yeah, we'll go ahead and make it a town. We don't need any more castles, because Nottingham's going to be our military strong point for the region, and then we have another castle right over here, which we're going to take, and eventually we'll have Iverness up here as well, so no more castles. Make that a wooden palisade, and then that'll turn it into a fortified town, and then farms will come right after that. So, alright, York has now fallen to the English. Progress is progress. We need to make some moves down here and take Rheims before the French get over here. The French have not moved their forces. That's going to be to their downfall, as Robert, against his father's wishes, launches the invasion of Rheims preemptively to gather, or to gain fame and territory for the people of England. I'm going to build 2 battering rams in case the enemy manages to destroy one of them. And we'll hire some mercenaries while we're here. Unit of spearmen. Just in case. I want to make sure that this is a victory. The king can head back to London. He's not going to be pleased once he arrives home and hears word... Sorry about moving the headset here. And hears word that his son has launched an invasion on Rheims without his express approval. In Caen, we can look at building some more things here. See what our religious order is down here.
God's servant.
85, that's good. So we'll go ahead and build a leather tanner, because this is our front line territory right now. We want to make sure our troops are well armored. Leather armor will do just that. Mines are going to be finished this turn. Nottingham, we can look at... don't really have much else logistically. We can build a garrison quarters now, or we can build a stables to increase our horsemen, or our cavalry recruitment, but we do need archers more than anything else. We'll go ahead and build a boyar in Nottingham. And that's about it. That's all we can do right now. So,
Hail,
yeah,
my
let's
king!
go ahead and end the turn. Oh, I forgot to move my diplomat. That's alright. Scots are combining forces up there. A suitable prince, Walter of Bampton, I guess. He's an aspiring commander, a confident defender. He's loyal and religiously active. This man could show a promise as a member of the royal family and a fitting suitor for your noble daughter. Oh, he wants to marry my daughter? How old's my daughter? He's 47. My daughter is 27. Well, this is medieval times, isn't it? So, we'll go ahead and accept. Send emissary to the Holy Roman Empire. That's what I'm trying to do. Looks like they got a territory right here.
Sire.
Yay!
Is there something to discuss?
Trade rights,
Gutermann?
map information. I'll give you some map information.
9. This
They
is
want
not
470
likely to
florins. How about we just trade?
happen. I accept this extortionate deal, but
How the
it
fuck is
shames
it
me.
extortionate? We're trading. We're both making money.
Goodbye. my
Whatever.
friend.
So we're trading with them now. Now we can head north, and here we have our first signs of the Danes coming down from the north. So we'll go ahead and head up north, try to find
Without
them.
question,
Maybe we'll
sire.
get some map information out of them.
Tomorrow's
Maybe we
journey
won't.
planned out.
Oh,
Sire.
because we sent that emissary there, we got some military units. So where did we get military units at? I guess in London. Yeah, I don't remember all these spear militia being there before. The mines have been completed in London. Cecilia has married Walter. Yay. Robert feels unappreciated.
An order. Yes. As you command.
Wonder why he
I'm
feels,
trying with
yeah,
you,
spear
sire,
militia at the
with
capital.
the men of
Robert
Spain.
feels unappreciated. Maybe he's a little spurred by his brother's successes
Hail,
up here
my
in the
king.
north, capturing York and being given all the glory. Maybe this little invasion that he's
An order.
launched into Rheims is not meant to just acquire glory and fame for himself and the people of England. Maybe it's more personal. Maybe he feels spurred. He is 26. His brother is 28. So he's the younger brother. Maybe he's out
Command
to
me, sire.
best his brother. And he's iron-fisted. +1 dread, +1 to law. When did he get these stats? Feels unappreciated. -1 loyalty. So Robert feels unappreciated down here in the south. Feels like he's been sent down here to some bogus assignment to where he'll never return from. And he's out to carve out his own empire, it looks like. London, we can build some things up here. We can go for a leather tanner or a port. A port would be more beneficial at this point, increase in tradable goods. Or we can build a market, but I think a port would be more beneficial at this point in time. So let's put a port in London. Nottingham still working on that boyar. Rheims, we have 3 turns left until the people of that town either surrender or sally forth to engage us. We need to do something about this rebel force here. I think once the king reaches us, we'll sally forth and crush them. We'll have 2 units of heavy cavalry hit him in the rear. Actually, can the king?
An order.
He's out of moves. Alright, so, yeah. Walter now has taken up residence in London.
Hail,
We
my
can't really
king.
move him. Actually, we can move him up here, and then he can
Making camp
link
here,
up with the
noble
cavalry when they come down from Nottingham. That's going to be really cool.
Command me, sire.
Alright.
We go
End
no
the turn.
further to...
Uh-oh. Looks like we got a potential French scouting force hitting our borders in Caen. Let's move the king into London.
An order.
Yeah, we're losing 696 florins per turn because of that siege going on down in Reims. Caen, our leather tanner has been completed, so we can retrain our men, equip them with leather armor. Let's go ahead and build a boyar down here as well, so we'll be able to recruit archers. Up in York, now that we have a wooden palisade, we can begin construction on the farms, and then after that we'll build some roads, link up that community to the rest of the country. Mailed knights have been recruited in Nottingham.
My lord.
They'll link up with Walter,
Merging armies, my
and
lord.
Walter will
With
move up
honor,
behind the
sire.
rebel force just as the king
My
launches
king. Orders.
with the spear militia and hits them in the front, and he's completely
We
surrounded.
shall
He's
slaughter
pulled back.
them, my lord. Victory! Nothing can stop us, sire. Yes, my lord.
The king will link up with his new brother-in-law, or son-in-law, and we shall sally forth,
My king.
crush this,
Yes,
this
sire.
rebel force.
Moving
Captain
to
Edward,
crush the enemy.
2 units of longbowmen, spearmen, peasants, and a unit of mailed knights. Let's go ahead and save the game in case the game crashes out on me. And let's launch the battle.
There'll be no escaping us now.
Leaving a rebel force like this unattended in your territory will have an increase on, or have a decrease on your trade, on your tax income, because they're essentially looting and pillaging the countryside. So let's start the deployment. nice little wooded battle here. This is going to be interesting. I hate forest battles because you can't see anything. So the spearmen are going to chill in the middle there. Walter and a unit of cavalry will head up this flank. And the king and a unit of cavalry will head up the other flank. And I know I'm numbering them 1, 6, and 5. It's just how I number all my units in battle. Just don't ask. There's the peasants and everyone up there. We'll go ahead and launch our... What the hell? There we go. Spearmen will head forward. And we're going to just absolutely crush them in a double flank. Set them to run. Looks like the enemy's running at us. Nope, they've drawn their battle lines, it looks like, so can't even really see them through all the trees, but they're out there. We're in the dead of winter, and these guys are marching the battle in tunics. Absolutely crazy. Longbowmen are probably going to be opening fire on me here soon. Really am worried about losing a character so early in the game, but I don't think I'm going to be in any danger of that happening. Alright. So let's go ahead and push forward with the king. And just everybody, general attack. They'll go ahead and run forward. Let's follow the king in. Pretty sure that unit's broken. Yep. Yep, that unit's broke. Sure I don't lose sight of everything here.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Yeah, this is pretty much it all
The
around.
enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
So I'm all just gang up on those mailed knights as the king rides down the rest of these archers. Brilliant. It's a whole unit of archers gone. And he'll just kind of trot back to watch the rest of this battle unfold. Pull our character out of there. Pull our cavalry out of there. Leave one unit of cavalry in place to try and hold that unit of mailed knights in place before the spearmen get there and wipe them off the fucking map pretty much. See, that captain is just butchering anyone that comes near him, but he's about to get nailed. A bunch of spearmen striking in the rear, and that's it. 9 men remaining from Captain Edward's force. Not sure what their gripe with England was. Maybe they were unhappy about being annexed into the greater part of the empire. They felt slighted in some way. Local farmers and peasants banding together to strike out against their overlords. Who knows? We'll never get to find out, as the captain was surely captured and taken to prison, and his men, who knows what has become of them.
As you wish. Making camp here, noble sire.
These spearmen, we'll go ahead and send well, actually we'll go ahead and send this whole force up north. My voice keeps cracking. I've been getting over a cold, so yep, those spearmen are now taking up residence in Nottingham. So we can build archers here now. We'll go ahead and build a unit of peasant archers, and then add a leather tanner. That's all we can build right now. All the building queue is full. William feels appreciated. That's good. I mean, he is the king. God, he's got a bunch of buffs. Faction leader, promising commander, intelligent, conquering hero, religious-minded, cruel and cunning, cruel leader, and feels appreciated. Down here in Reims, we got 2 more turns until that's settled. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Not much else we can do. The French are in our lands. We need to do something about that, and do something about that right now. We got a big force following up behind that scouting force. You can see right there by Paris. The Danes sending down a merchant to try and acquire the business of my merchant. That's pretty much the only thing merchants are good for. They sit there for a minute. Hey, the Pope gave us $500. That's cool.
Yes.
But
yes, sire.
Merchants will sit there for a couple turns, make you some money.
Sire.
And then a foreign merchant will come out of nowhere and seize his assets, and it's just a nuisance. I usually don't build merchants until I've secured pretty much the large majority of territory around me. So that force can move up here to Nottingham. Got a lot of men there. I need to do something with them. Khan, we need to figure out what's going on here. I still don't have archers yet. That French force is way too close for comfort. Maybe I can look at maybe bringing my navy down and bringing some troops across the channel. Let's do that. Even though I just rushed you guys all the way up here. A unit of archers down as well.
As you wish.
Recruit some more. Retrain my cavalrymen since they saw some combat. Down here in London, you can build a let's build a market here. York, the farms are still underway. Let's build another unit of spearmen just to have more bodies to man the walls in case the French do come knocking. I'm not too happy about the French getting that close to me this early on. No idea what they're up to. Up north, the Scots are still just holding their ground. Looks like they might be prepping for another invasion into Iverness to bring them under the Scottish flag. We need to look at this this castle over here. This looks like Welsh rebels. We need to look at bringing that so that we'll have the large majority of the continent under our control. But that'll have to wait for the next video. We need to figure out what the French are doing here and take Reims first, which is going to happen right now. Either they're going to surrender or they'll sally forth and attack, one way or the other. Looks like the Holy Romans were fighting some dissatisfied citizens in their territory, and looks like Captain Falcher is going to sally forth. Crossbowmen, spear militia, and mailed knights. I do almost outnumber him 2-to-1, but the quality of his men is that to where the likelihood of a victory is pretty good for him. We'll go ahead and see how appreciated Robert feels. This is his endeavor that he set out to prove himself just as valuable, just as loyal, and just as capable of a commander as his younger brother. A few things we got to do first. Drop the ram, and then the archers will take up position there. Turn fire arrows off. Don't know why in the world that was on. My veterans will form a spear wall right here at the edge of those trees. Put them on guard mode. The mercenaries will secure the left flank in a thin line. Put them on guard mode as well. Robert, for the moment, will just hang out over here and oversee the battle. Guys better run. Here comes the enemy, charging right out the gate. They're coming straight for me. These veterans better hold. It's like the enemy's just milling around in confusion here, though. No real battle order as the cavalry charging straight at me. Oh man. Have the archers target the crossbowmen. Unit 1's going to hold their position as they advance. Actually, no, they're going to move forward, back up the mercenaries as they engage. Robert's going to head up here and then charge straight in there and attack those crossbowmen. The archers will just put some fire down on that spear militia.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
And the general has now hit the combat. We'll go ahead and turn the archers off because we've pretty much got the enemy surrounded now. His crossbowmen have no chance against my general and his cavalrymen. Absolutely no chance. As one of them dies right in front of us. Robert's hanging out over here in the backfield. Looks like these spearmen, are they breaking? Yep, those spearmen have routed. And we'll just push in. Mailed knights are wavering. Not much they can do against all these spearmen. Only 19 cavalrymen remaining, but they're just, look at all the, they're just carving up these men as they retreat. And doors slam shut in their face. Unfortunately, not able to make it in there to the enemy captain is now dead.
We've sent the base cur to hell.
Fortunately, we couldn't pursue. Alright, get back here and get the ram. Spearmen will hold position here. Archers will be just beyond the front line to put some arrows over the wall. So general, let's go ahead and pull him back to here. And now it's just going to be a matter of wearing down the enemy. Looks like their spearmen have sallied back out. Enemy General Captain Falcher is dead. archers, I'll park them right there. My spear wall now. That's such a cool shot. Just a wall of spears and shields. Didn't lose too many men in that initial engagement back here. I know the body or the ground is littered with orange corpses, but didn't lose a good bit of them. Could have went a lot worse. So the peasant archers will now put some fire down on. I could have sworn I told them to advance up here. Looks like my general's taking some archer fire to get him out of there. Cavalry sallying back out, taking out a nice clump of soldiers, but pretty much wiping themselves out in the process as the enemy pulls back to inside their walls. Move the peasants up. Looks like their archery towers are now engaging my spearmen. Wish I could make that ram move faster. Oh, he hasn't even moved yet. Come on. Fine, you'll ram the wall. I don't think the ram's moving because the gate keeps opening and closing. God damn it. Really trying to get into this town before, or I'm trying to get into this town without damaging the gate. That way I won't have to rebuild it once I capture the town. Mercenaries are now pushing the ram up. And they did their job. They suffered, looks like, the most casualties out of any unit. But, you know, they're mercenaries. That's what they're for. Nope. Get in there. Get in there. Oh yes, they're piling through. Yep, gates are now ours. Drop the ram and head on in as well. Excellent. Took the gates without the enemy forcing me to knock them down. It's always good. Move our peasant archers over here. They can put fire up over that town hall and right down into the enemy. What do we have left? Just crossbowmen, 26 spearmen, so I don't want to send my general in. Mercenaries advance to the front. My English spearmen backing them up. I'll keep the general nice and close to provide a morale boost. Let's get stuck in. I wish there was a cinematic mode. There might actually be. I'm not sure, but I haven't played around with it that much. The spearman, what the hell? The pathing in this game sometimes really drives me up the frickin' wall. And it's gonna be a fight to the death.
Our men are lost! Our men no longer command the city!
Oh, yeah. As the last of these rebels are just cut down by my mercenary spearmen here.
My lord, our men are in command of the city. At last, our men no longer command the city.
That is really annoying. The last of the spearmen now are facing a two-front assault. Two different units. Oh wait, we got more guys over here.
My lord, our men are in command of the city. At last, our men no longer command the city.
Oh my god, that is really annoying. Keep losing command of the city, and then gaining command of the city, and then losing command of the city. Crossbowmen out of the damn cap circle, that's what's causing it. The spearmen are just hacking down the rest of them. Surviving spearman left in the center of town there, and he's dead. So that's that.
Behold
and
how
that's
our
it.
Cowardly foe run. This is
16
a
men
clear
remaining out of
victory.
287.
It goes to only men of great virtue
And I
and
only
valor.
lost 135. Not bad. And Robert survived. So Robert's gamble pulled off, or Robert managed to pull off his gamble, defying his father's orders of
Nothing can stop us,
sitting
sire.
still and monitoring the French. He moved
These
out,
people now
attacked
kneel
Reims,
before
took
us,
it.
my lord.
Now he has 2 territories to control.
Orders.
Move him out here to the peninsula and build a watchtower to watch that tip of the continent
Yes,
there.
sire. Erecting a watchtower.
He'll be back in town
By
next
your
turn.
command.
Robert is chivalrous, fair in rule. Con, we've built our Boyer. Nottingham, we have a leather tanner. Excellent. The knights have been retrained up there in Nottingham. So Reims has been brought into the fold. We still have this French scouting force in Caen right outside of our gates. We need to do something about that as soon as possible. We can build a unit of archers, so that'll help. We do that. Reinforcements now coming down.
Yes, sir. Full sails.
Don't have enough
Fine day
action
to
points
sail.
to
Set sail.
deploy my men. That's a shame, but at least the fleet is there. Up here in where was that? York or Caen? Somewhere I built a leather tanner. Not sure. Take a look at our men here. Unit of spearmen, there's still 55 of them left. We can combine our veteran spear militias there into 2 units, replenishing their numbers. And we can retrain that unit of mercenaries. That's cool. So we'll go ahead and do the usual farms and roads. Back up in the positive with a profit of 1390 every turn, so that's good. And now we just get to sit on our hands and wait and see what the French is doing. But all in all, a pretty good first part to the series, I do say so. The William the Conqueror defying his father's, or William the Conqueror gave express permission to his son Robert to hold Caen and see what the French are doing. But Robert had other plans with problems with the people over in Reims, whether it be the local lord or whatever, what have you. Robert has gained some territory in the south for the people of England. Up north, the prince, I forget his name. What is his name? Prince Rufus, that's right. Prince Rufus gaining the territory of York for the people of England, bringing another zone into control, expanding the empire, bringing unity to all. We saw our daughter get married off. Our lovely daughter Cecilia marries Walter of Bompton. So now we have 3 sons, 2 blood, one brother-in-law to help carry the legacy of William the Conqueror forward into the future. The faction heir, though, Prince Rufus, no sons, so he needs to start looking at getting married. He is 29. He is the eldest. Walter, 48, but he's not family. I mean, he is now, but he's not blood. So, a couple things to look at now. Our objectives we can lay out for our next session. We need to bring this town, this Welsh castle, into the fold, and as well as going over here to the Irish and bringing that settlement in Dublin into the fold as well. That way we'll have the Scottish completely surrounded, and leaving them with some hostile neighbors to the north and the English to the south. Down here in mainland Europe, we need to really pay attention to what the French are doing. We need to start looking at building some spies and sending some spies out. I forgot to move my damn diplomat.
Sire. Yes,
There we go.
sire.
So
Tomorrow's
that's what we
journey
can look
planned
at down here in the
out,
south.
sire.
We need to monitor the French, namely this force right here under Captain Gilbert. We need to see what in the world the French are planning. Are they going to push into Caen and make Robert regret dividing his strength? Well, I have to wait until the next video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Comment down below if you got any comments or questions for me. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.